Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to set up Unity's version control system. So this is a repository system which allows multiple people to collaborate on the same project. So you're going to need to do this so that you and your partner can work on the project at the same time. Now you won't see changes in real time. So what's important to keep in mind is that you will not want to work on the same object or thing at the same time, because that'll mess up with the version control system. You'll want to work on different things in the scene and remain in constant communication when working on things in the scene, so you're not working on the same thing and one person sends in changes that the other person sends in changes, and it just messes up sort of the work. So how to set up the Unity version control system. So in your Unity hub, you'll want to go to your project. That is the 2021.3.27 F1 editor version. You'll want to go to these three dots, and it'll say to connect to Unity's version control system like this, right? And when you do that, it'll bring up a Unity version control window that'll have your Unity version control organization, the repository, and the server location. Only one person needs to do this. So your Unity version control organization will be your email, the repository will be the name of the game of your Unity level, and then the server location will be the United States. And then you'll hit connect to version control, like the little blue button that pops up on that window, and it will load up your scene and it'll give you this window here. But that's not it. We need to add your partner to the scene, to your organization, so they can work on the scene. So you want to go to, in the Unity version control panel, you'll want to go to this little icon here, invite members to organization. Click that, and it'll bring up this window. And at this point, we are in the Unity Cloud. We're in the Unity Cloud website. I've added 6 to my project so we can both work on it. But to assign seats or add somebody, you'll want to go to administration. And you can see here your settings for your organization. Go to members under organization, and then go to invite organization members. And here you'll want to add in their email, and you can list them as a user. List them as a user seat. Can manage users not billing, added access to services. Yeah, I would go with user, right? That'll give them all the access to push changes, add any sort of pending changes, anything like that. And your partner, whoever you add to the organization, will get an email, and from there they'll have to download the project, and from their Unity Cloud they can see on the dashboard the project, right? So this is the project I've already added to the Unity Cloud. And then after you have that all set up in your scene, whenever I make any change or I add in anything, let's say I add in a cube or I add in your mesh, whatever, and I bring it up or literally do anything to the scene, you don't have to push a change after doing one small thing. You'll want to work on it for a little bit and then push your changes. So let's say I added this cube, added multiple cubes. For this one, I make it smaller, and project, materials, sure, give me pink, yellow, okay. So in your Unity version control system, whenever you do something, add in cubes, change animations, literally anything, you want to save and save the project. And here you can see just now I have changed items, right? And it will give me an option to check in. So this, when I check in changes, it'll send all the changes to the repository system so that the other person on the other end will go to incoming changes, update workspace, and they'll be able to see the changes in their scene, right? So how to do this? So let's say change settings. Here's your little comment. Whenever you make changes, you want to note what the changes are. So let's say you want to be as specific as possible. You know, don't write an essay, but I'll say created 3 cubes, changed materials to yellow, pink, black, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah. And then I hit check in changes, and boom, there we go. Check-in successfully completed. On the other end, the person, when they save the project, they will go to incoming changes, update workspace. You hit update workspace, and then the scene will load, and the changes will automatically show. Right? And that's pretty much it.